You coached under Eddie George last year at Tennessee State. Your first stint coaching at an HBCU. What did you learn from that year, and what are some things that you picked up that you want to transfer over here at Grambling?
Well, I really enjoyed it. You know, being back on the grass, working with Eddie and that coaching staff and the university. First, I have a real admiration for them. But what I learned is that you really have to be involved with the student athlete on a whole different level, because the hat you wear as the head coach is many. You're not just the head coach, but you're really more like dad, counselor, cook, you know, field guy. You kind of have to have all those hats on as you walk this line. So I get it, but I think I have a tremendous staff that will assist me and help me, and I feel good about the challenge.
Your first game with Tennessee State was actually against Grambling. If you go back to that moment, would you have ever imagined that just 1 year later you'd be the head coach of the program on the other sideline?
I did not think of it that way for sure. We went into that game really shorthanded. We had a COVID battle that we were dealing with. We played our sixth quarterback in that game. It was different and difficult, but at the same time, I saw a team on the other side that was tough, physical. They looked like they loved the game. They loved wearing the G on their helmet, and they played extremely well that day.
What made you decide that you wanted to come back and coach again at the college level? You know, you reach the peak in the NFL, and then you're coming back to a college. What makes you excited about this opportunity?
Well, I love coaching. I love leading men. You know, I think that's what I'm very passionate about. Yeah, I think we understand the National Football League is different, you know, and there's a 101-year history of the league. There's only been 19 minority head coaches, and I was fortunate enough and blessed to do it twice, and I'm very thankful for that. But when I think about the impact that I can have on these student athletes and really help prepare them for the next level if they have an opportunity to play in the next level, but also prepare them for life and the things that I think they're gonna need, the tools that they will need to be successful away from Grambling State University and away from the football field. Well, I think that's where I can really lend a huge helping hand.
You mentioned coaching under Eddie George. There's Eddie Robinson Jr. over at Alabama State. Of course, Dion over at Jackson State. You're here now at Grambling. What's it like for you to see all these big names coming to these programs and just the growth of HBCU football overall? And just, it seems like a short amount of time, it's skyrocketing.
Well, I think Deion Sanders has done a great job. You know, he's come in and he's built the Jackson State brand, and it's off his back. Let's just be very honest. And I think Eddie George, you know, Eddie George is a household name to many. I think I carry a little cachet. You know, I've been in the National Football League, two-time head coach. But I think this is where, when you really think back to football, this is where it all started. It's really amazing that it's starting to come back. And I would challenge any coach, NFL coach, college coach, to come find out what HBCU football is all about. It's a tremendous conference, a lot of great players, and a lot of great coaches.
You know, it's still only January, but the season is going to be here probably before you know it. What's the update on putting your staff together, and who are you looking for that you want on your team?
I feel really good about where our staff is and where it's going to be here very soon. Hopefully we can start to get these names out pretty soon, so I'm very comfortable with that. I think we were able to attract a staff that I think our fans and our football team be very proud of. Where we are right now is I couldn't tell you. You know, I'm excited to be able to put my hands on these young men, and when I say that, not in a physical way, but be able to high five with them, be able to talk to them, be able to instruct them. There's rules and regulations that we have to follow, and we'll follow those to the T. But at the same time, I want to get to know these guys a little bit away from football, so I really need to find out what makes them tick, because there's a lot of guys we're responsible for, first in the classroom and on the football field. So there's a lot of different areas that I want to find out more about the players that are here.
You mentioned, you know, being hands-on with the players. What is the type of culture that you want to build here at Grambling?
It's a family. It's all about family, and I think that's what this brand has truly been about. And we're going to try to take that and scale it to a whole different level, to where our players feel very comfortable that this is home, that we create that environment, that we can have those talks that I think you need to have, and feel very comfortable that you're in a safe space to do that. while getting a great education and while playing some great football.
Grambling is now your new home. What does it mean to you to now be a part of the G?
It means that I am one of the leaders of the G, and that I have to uphold all those characteristics that it means to be a G, and I have to pass it down first to my staff, and the staff has to pass it down to our players and make sure we're upholding that to the highest degree.
All right, Coach, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.